Greetings, crafters. I want to wish you a happy holiday. And I'm wondering if you're in the same position that I am in.
I need thank you cards.
And guess what we're going to make tonight? We're going to be making
thank you cards.
And we're going to be using the Favorite Flowers Designer Series paper from the Celebration catalog. Yes, I said celebration. It started last Thursday and it'll run until the end of February. Then we're going to use the Fragrant Flowers Bundle to finish the card. Hi, I'm Joan and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I created this video for Joan Simple Paper Crafts found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by, and if you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss when I post a video, which is typically once a week. Now give me a few seconds to turn the camera down and we'll get started.
We're going to make this thank you card today. You can change out the sentiment if you want. Make it a birthday card, a sympathy card, you name it. Don't let this angle cut bother you, because we'll simplify it with the Stampin' Up trimmer. This card might look familiar to you. I made it a similar card about a month ago using the Boughs of Holly Designer Series paper. But today we're going to use the Favored Flowers Designer Series paper and the sentiment found on the Fragrant Flowers Bundle. Let's take a look at that paper. This first one, let me get the dies out here. I want to show you how these dies work with this paper. This first one, you can use these dies and it will cut out that bouquet of flowers or the single flower. And you notice all of these are those same shapes. This paper is from the Favored Flowers Designer Series paper, and it is double-sided. Here's another one. This one you could do fussy cutting. And the same thing with this one. And this is what was used to make this card here. This was this paper here, and then this was this paper here. One side has flowers on it, and then the other side has a geometric design on it. And then this is one we're going to use for today's card. We'll use this for the upper portion, and then we're going to use this for the bottom portion. So let me just set that aside. We're going to start with this piece of basic white. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that would be 10.2 centimeters by 13.3 centimeters. And we're going to stamp this geometric design on the bottom right-hand corner of the cardstock. And we're going to use our Blackberry Bliss for that. I should have had that out already. Sorry about that. And I want to make sure that I don't have any ink on the red rubber, because that will probably get caught on our card base, because I don't do a very good job stamping straight up and down. So I'm going to try and do a straight up and down right here. And that's done. And then we're going to just stamp off on some paper. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Scrub to clean that, because we don't want to put a stamp away dirty. Then the next thing we want to do, we're just going to put this aside. Take our piece of basic white, and this is at least 1.5 inches wide, and we need about a 3.5 inch piece of paper on here. And I am going to use my Stamparatus to stamp this one, because I want to make sure I got a nice dark color, and I don't want to try to have to realign it up. So I'm going to just use this and line it up for me. And I'm going to put a piece of magnet there and a piece of magnet over here. And then we're going to take this and just put it on the center of the card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to pick this up, and I'm just going to test it on this paper here. Just make sure that it looks centered. And that seems to be centered. I'm going to stand up and take a peek at it. Yeah, that looks centered. So now I'm going to go back and put the card base back in there. Put a little bit of magnet here, and then the other one on the other side. You probably could have just left the one magnet, and that would have been just as fine. And I'm just going to use this eraser to help rub that down. And I got a little bit of white coming through here, so I'm going to go back and go over that one more time. It caught it now, so we're done with that. And I'm just going to pull that aside and let that dry as well. Then we're going to take this stamp chamois and just clean this off. And then to see that it's clean, I'm going to turn this over. And I'm going to stamp the paper with that. And you shouldn't see it on the paper. And it's a little bit there, so let me keep cleaning it. I'm going to flip this over a little bit more. And that's clean. All right, so we are good to go then. We are done with this, I think. So I will put that over here. Next, we want to take our piece of fresh Freesia. That is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, or 10.8 centimeters by 27.9 centimeters. And we're going to fold it at 4 1/2 inches. I already have it scored there. And I'm going to take it where the valley is, and I'm going to fold it away from me. And then we're going to take our bone folder and just burnish it on both sides to get a nice flat edge. Then we'll take our piece of basic white, and we're going to put glue on that and adhere it to the inside of our card. And let me see if I can't find my silicone mat so that we don't get glue all over our work surface. And I'm just going to start it here to make sure that I can get it started without having a big glob come out in this along the line, and then that would be when I would put the bone folder on there, then it would squeeze out the glue. So this should be fine now, and I want to center this on here, and I'll leave 1/8 of an inch for a border, and that's going to be all the way around. And I'm going to use my bone folder again, just to make sure that there isn't any glue bubbles underneath. Oh, it shifted a little bit. I should have straightened it out before I did that. I wonder if I can still pull it up. Yep, I can. So let's see if we can't get it a little bit straighter. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to take this piece of designer series paper, and we're going to cut it at 4 inches by 5 1/4. Let me get my trimmer for that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off what will be the waist, because I'm going to make a lot of these cards. I'm taking the 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and that makes it 10 1/2 inches, or that would be 26.7 centimeters. And I'm just going to cut that right here. And I can use this later on for some other card. Then I'm going to take this piece of paper and turn it perpendicular and cut at 4 inches. 4 inches would be 10.2 centimeters. And then we're going to take it and cut it at 5 1/4 or 13.3 centimeters. And that gives me 2 pieces that are 4 inches by 5 1/4, or 10.2 centimeters by 13.3 centimeters. I'm going to bring this back down. Then I've got 2 pieces here. One is going to be for the bottom of the card and one is for the top of the card. Then I can use the other pieces to make a second card. So what we need to do is we need to take it, and I'm going to just bring in my other card in here so we can see what we're doing. We want to measure 1 3/4 from the top of this card here. And I'm going to measure that on the back side, 1 3/4 inches. Right here. And we're going to do the same thing up here, 1 3/4 inches. Then I'm going to take this piece here and I'm going to do it on the opposite side. 1 3/4 inches at the top and 1 3/4 inches at the bottom. So if we take this first piece and I'm going to line it up with that tick mark right inside the track. So that's where the tick mark is, right here. And the other tick mark is right down here. And I want to line it up so it's in the track. I'm sorry if my head's in the way, but I don't want to miss this mark. Okay, then we're just going to slice it. Then we've got these 2 pieces. But I want to turn this one over, and as you can see, it's the other angle. That's why we needed 2 cards. So then we're going to grab this one, and we're going to cut it at that 1 3/4 right here. 1 3/4 and 1 3/4 down here. There and there. Now we've got the second piece. It's not right, but this is right. So we can put this away for another card later on. And I think we're done with our trimmer as well. So now that we have this here, I want to take the piece and glue it down on the cardstock here. But I want to make sure it's all lined up properly before we do that. And I want to put in our ribbon over the top of this. So I'm going to use some Scotch tape and tape it on the other side. So it's a little piece of Scotch tape, and I can tear that right in half because I don't need a whole lot. And I'm going to do some right here, and I'm going to do some right here. And make sure that looks fine. And that looks good. Then I'm going to take our ribbon that we have here, and I'm going to use our glittered organza white band. And I'm just going to glue this down here. But since it's clear, I'm going to use my glue dots because those won't show through as easily as glue would. It'll stick it instantly. I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and I'm going to put the paddle on here to pull it off because I want to have it as flat as possible. I'm going to try and pull this off from here. And I'm going to put it down right here. And we'll put it down in the middle. And I want to go this way. I don't want it up there. I'm going to go back and take it off from there. I am going to throw this one away because it won't lay flat now that I've pulled it off from here. Well, that one didn't lay very flat either. There we go. And then we'll grab this one. All right. So we got those 3 there, and this is going to hold it down. And I'm going to just put it along that line of paper there. And so that's stuck there. I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to trim off this edge here. And I'm going to just put another glue dot on each end. We want that to stick down on our cardstock. And then we'll just fold this over. And we'll fold this piece over too. Now before we go any farther, let's bring it back over to our paper and just make sure that it's all lined up right. So I can see this has got a little extra give here, so I'm going to pull that off and pull it back tight again. So let's do that. This one right here. And pull it tight. Yeah, that works. So then we need to put glue on here. And I'm just going to use my liquid glue. This is our multi-purpose glue. And I just put it in this needle nose bottle so that it's easier for me to navigate around the card. I can get it started here and get a line, a fine line going. And just go on around the card. And I'm going to put a little bit extra on here. Okay, and I'm going to put it along both sides of this card here. Okay, so I glued down both of these sides on each side of that seam there. And now it's going to go back onto the card base. And we should have 1/8 of an inch for a border all the way around. And it wants to buckle a little bit because it folds easily in the middle. So I want to make sure it's not buckling there. So that's flat there. And this side is flat. So we're good there. Now we're just going to take our bone folder and we're going to make sure all the air bubbles are out. Very good. Then we're going to make a ribbon with this. I'm leaving it on the spool and I'm just going to fold it in half there and then fold it in half here and then take these two and fold one over the other. And then I pull those folded edges. And then I just work with this till I get the bow to look as nice as I want it to look. And that looks good right there. So, and I'm going to take a glue dot on that. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it underneath the front part of the bow and then one on the back. So we'll do the back part first. Let's see, do we want this to be the back? This to be the back. I want this to be the back. Let me get my glue dots again. And we can just take this and bring it right on here. And we want to just put it right about there, center. I'm going to just trim this real rough right now, and I'll come back later once we get the second glue dot on here. And the second glue dot I'm going to pull using my pick portion because I want to roll it up into a tiny ball. I'm going to just roll this up here. Kind of a oblong ball. And I'm going to put it underneath this bowl here. And then I'm just pulling it back and it'll stay underneath there. All right, let's take and trim those ends. Just this one looks a little bit longer. Okay. Then we need our sentiment on the front of the card. We can take that and use our cut and emboss machine. And I've got the mini cut and emboss machine we're going to use here in a second. I've got the mini cut and emboss machine we're going to use to put that sentiment on the front of the card. I've got this plate here. That's plate 1. And then I've got this plate 2. And then plate 2 again. Second plate 2. And I'm going to put that down there. And I got a little piece of that Post-it tape. Let me show you that. So that won't stick to this paper, but it will hold it in place. And I'm just going to feed it through lightly. Then we've got this, and we're going to use dimensionals to put that on here. Let's see, I think I'm going to use my mini dimensionals. I'm just going to take my Take Your Pick tool and pick off these paper backings. It's a lot easier with this Take Your Pick tool, particularly on these tiny, tiny backings here. And they're all wrangled together, and I can just throw them in the garbage can all at once. So here we go, and I want to center this on the card base. Right about there. There we go. Let's see if I can't find that other card. I hope you like this project as much as I did. As you can see, it would work great with just about any sentiment stamp set. Why don't you give it a try? Now, if you enjoyed today's video, would you do me 2 favors? Click the thumbs up emoji. That means you like it. And would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me to keep sharing my ideas with other crafters for free, and I'd really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. I'm here to help in any way that I can. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanheberlein.stampinup.net. Bear with me a little bit longer because I want to let you know of the promotion going on right now. It's the moment you've been waiting for. The January through April 2023 mini catalog is finally here, and we hope you're feeling as inspired as we are. I'll have links to the catalog in the comments section below. The celebration is one of our biggest promotions of the year. It is packed with perks for you and opportunities for you and filled with fun for everyone. How Celebration works is choose a free Celebration product with every $50 or $100 you spend before tax and shipping. Shop with me from our catalogs or online at my website. I'll have the links in the comments section below. Spending time with family and friends is everything. When you host a party, you get to spend time with people you love and you get a chance to earn free stuff. Host a qualifying party and you'll receive the exclusive Scenic Gardening stamp set for free. Plus, you and your guests can earn free Celebration products based on your total purchase. See the link in your comments section below. Join Stampin' Up! As an independent demonstrator and help others discover the joy of creativity. Join now and choose from 3 starter kit options. Option 1 is the exclusive Boho Blue Mini machine. It's a $63 value and your choice of $175 of Stampin' Up! Products for only $129. Option 2, the original white mini machine, another $63 value, and your choice of $175 of Stampin' Up! Products for only $129. Or option 3, your choice of $175 of Stampin' Up! Products for only $99. Yes, a lot's going on right now, and I hope you picked the perfect bargain for you. Mark your calendar. I'll be back next Sunday, January 15th at 7 p.m. Central Time, and we'll be doing something from the new mini catalog. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I look forward to next time. Bye for now, and don't forget to subscribe.